Okay, so I don't know what happened in that last video. I think it froze. So anyway, I have my black, my corrupted matte in the corner of each eye, and I'm taking my Curious, which is the white shimmer, and just kind of blending that highlight, bringing it down, and that kind of blends it in, and it takes away that black boldness. So then, my favorite part about it is I'm going to take my rose water, get it damp. I'm going to dip it back into the top of my lid here, and that's where I've got some powder, and I'm going to make it creamy. And then I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to just dab that creaminess on the inside of my lid. And I'm going to do the corner. And the reason why I'm doing the corner is to highlight, and it makes your eyes look more awake and bright. So use a white eyeliner, you can use kind of a white shadow, whatever. But if you're looking to make bigger, brighter eyes, that's definitely the key. So there. And I'm going to do the same for the other side. Get it wet with rose water. Get some more creamy goodness eyeshadow here from the pigment. Apply them wet, excuse me. And just kind of dab it in the inside of my lid. And then you can see one eye is a little bit more shimmer than the other. I'm just going to go back and add a little bit more to this side. Pretty simple. That is my everyday go-to look. Now, if you've covered up a lot of the black and you want to add some more, you know, you can just take your brush, dab it in a little bit more black, and just lightly dab. Add a little bit more color to that corner. But again, that's up to you if that's what you want to do. Depends on how dark you want it. There's still quite a bit on this side. So you can brush it inward if you want. That kind of blends it in. Alright, pretty simple, right? Everyday go-to look. You can do this with any color in the corner. Blend it with the Curious white shimmer or sexy. There's also Angelic, which is like a light yellow, which is also a really cool color. But Curious and Sexy are I have to have them at all times. If I'm getting low, I've got to order some because those are my go-to colors. Again, Corrupted Matte, or you can do Infatuated, which is the dark brown. Those are your two, most neutral go-to colors. But for fun, I'm going to add something. I'm going to add a little bit of Regal. And this is a purple. I love this color. I have green eyes, so of course green eyes and purple go well together. I'm going to spray a little rose water in the lid because I've already got powder in there, and I'm just, again, going to kind of mix it around. I'm going to get it creamy. If you add too much rose water, just add some more pigment. Get it creamy. And then for fun, I'm just going to kind of go underneath my eye and add some color. Forgive me, I'm doing this without a mirror, so. Hey! Welcome to my house. Hey! Nothing to bark at. And then you just clean it up. you don't like how bright it is by adding the rose water, because when you do rose water, it does make the colors pop and more vibrant. So if you don't like it, just apply it dry, that's fine. Still going to get the same pretty color. Alright, so now I'm just going to go back and use Corrupted, which is my matte black, and I'm going to use it as eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. So again, going to get my brush wet with rose water. I'm going to use my angle brush, and I'm going to go back and just apply it like liquid eyeliner. And again, you can use any of our pigments, any color, for liquid eyeliner, which is really cool. So you get a lot of versatility out of the colors. And you can use them for more than just pigments. And if you see something you don't like, just take your brush and go back and blend it. Something fun. Just like that. So I always do my eyeshadow first, and then I do my foundation, just because sometimes, you know, with loose powder, you can get it down below if it flakes off. And so I always do my foundation last. So I use our Cream Touch Foundation. I love it. It's non-oily. It goes on really smooth, and it doesn't make me break out, which is what I've had issues with in the past with other brands, whether it be drugstore, whether it be you know, Sephora, MAC, Bare Minerals, you name it. I've always had issues. So I'm just go in, and with the primer, it just goes on really smooth. With BB cream, we also have a BB cream foundation, which also works well, and I know a lot of ladies love it. I personally can't use it because I have oily skin, and with BB creams, whether, you know, whatever brand it may be, just know that they're made with a lot of moisturizer. And so if you have oily skin, BB cream may not be for you. And then you just want to make sure that when you're applying your foundation, you want to go up. And obviously you can't do that in every direction, but for the majority of application, going up. And then you want to bring it down to your jawline so you don't get that awful makeup line. Okay. And then I use the Mineral Touch pressed powder. And now it comes with a sponge in a really cool case to where you don't set the sponge directly on the powder, which is great, but I apply it with our concealer brush. And this is going to give you all over coverage. Again, bring it down. And then I'm going to top it off with our mineral powder Moodstruck Minerals blusher. And this is in Sweet. It's the color. I just put a little bit in the lid. A little bit goes a long way. So as you can see, if you have a little bit extra on one side, just take your concealer brush back over it and blend it down. And last but not least, Moodstruck 3D fiber lashes made from green tea, 100% natural. They're awesome. If you don't have them, I don't know what you're waiting for. I'll never go back to drugstore mascara ever again. So I'm going to top it off with this. I'm going to put a good coat of the transplant gel on first. And unlike the instructions, they say to put on a coat of your regular mascara, drugstore mascara, whatever you use. But really, you don't have to. That's up to you. I always tell my clients to try it with and without and see what you like best. I really don't notice a difference when I use my regular mascara, so I just do it without. So I put on a good coat of transplant gel. This is what the fibers stick to, so you want to make sure you have a good coat of it on. And I'm going to take my fibers, and from mid-lash up, I'm just going to work my wand up. And people say, well, I have issues with clumping, or they look spidery. It all has to do with the way you apply your transplant gel, or even your first coat of your mascara. So if you have clumpiness with your transplant gel, then you're going to have clumpiness with the fibers, because that's what the fibers stick to. So you want to make sure that your transplant gel, when applied, is applied nice and even, and the lashes are separated. So that way, they become that way when you put on the fibers. And that's just one coat. And you can put on as many coats as you want until you get your desired look or length. And I'm going to do the same to this side. Now, I do know that some people use their regular mascara beforehand because they may have more lashes on one side than the other, or they might put two coats on one side of the 3D lashes on one side and then one coat on the other, just because again they have more lashes on one than the other. And this one has less, my left side has less lashes than my right, so I totally get it. And I have done that before. So really, once you start playing with the 3D fibers, you'll get an idea of what works best for you. I always tell people it takes a couple tries and techniques to figure out what works best for you. Not always. Some people get it right away. But don't give up, because they are awesome. And they do totally make a difference. I usually don't put them on my bottom lashes because that's how fibers get in the eye and it gets irritated. I know people do, and that's totally fine. It does work. But if you are having issues with fibers getting in your eye, then avoid the bottom lash. And make sure you're doing from mid-lash up, because the closer you get to your waterline with the fibers, the more chances you have of them getting in your eye and kind of being irritated. So here that is, one coat of 3D Fiber Lash Mascara on each eye. I love this stuff. I hope you like my overall everyday look. It's super easy. All I did was two colors on my, top eyelid, and then for a little added bonus, I add a little pop of color underneath. And you can do that with any color. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you come back. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, alashesgonewild@gmail.com, or visit my site and get yourself some pigments and 3D lash mascara yourself at alanaslashes.com. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.